Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
And today we have some sad news. Yesterday, the original member of our core team, the people who actually live with dementia and figure out how to live with dementia because I don't have any choice, Lauren Yu, one of our really good friends, passed away yesterday after a very long struggle. Um, Living with a combination of Lewy body dementia and lupus, and the leftover results of a very complicated abdominal surgery when she was young, which had a massive infection, which had all kinds of scarring, which ended up with her in the last part of her life having cachexia, really severe weight loss because she couldn't stand to eat. And so she was in a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain. Um, and yet, Lauren being Lauren, she would still come, she would still participate, she would still be part of our community in every way she could. And so this session honors all those who live with the reality that when you really care about people living with dementia, you're going to have loss. It's just, it's what happens. Friends that you really care about, spouses, parents, children. This disease really does take away life at the end because it takes away so much you can't keep going. And it's not for a lack of wanting, and it's not a lack for trying. So, learning to live well while you can, finding the moments of sparkle and shine, and choosing to make a difference and choosing pathways when you can, and then dealing with what you have to is sort of our mantra. It is what it is. And the question is, what will you do with it? And we want to lift up and celebrate Lauren and Grizzy, her dog, her last sort of total spirit dog, her one on one, and Eddie, her husband of over 12 years. They found each other. And as Eddie said, she made his life special and gave him a family. And for that, he'll be eternally grateful. And for all our friends out there, and there are others who dementia will take away someone you care about. And that's how we stay in community is afterward, how do we celebrate? How do we have legacy? What comes next? What shall we do? So this is even with Lewy Body, even with all the changes, this was something Lauren created for me. And it says Lauren Yu on it. And it's tiny, tiny little strokes of a pen. Um, and that's just an example of what she would do when she had so many hallucinations, so much discomfort in being present in larger groups, too much noise, too much activity. This is a way she would fill her space and her time. Or maybe it would be something more like this again. Or back in the day, when we first started, she would create cards, and she has an entire room with high quality card creation
Mm.
supplies. And yet things changed. And when Lewy Body took over and fine motor skills and eye skills stopped being so great, she quit creating amazing cards, but she never stopped doing art. So it is due to Lauren that we have a phrase that we use called sequence matters.
Sequence matters.
We have a shirt and it
Yes.
says, first you look, then you speak, and you make sure these match up, and only then do you offer touch. Of course, Lauren's came about when she was trying to blow up not a balloon, but a glove, a surgical glove, because they were doing a thing in Saturday Club, and she and a friend were trying to blow it up, and he could blow it up, but he couldn't figure out how to tie it.
Mm.
And she knew how to tie it because she'd done this a lot. She used to use surgical gloves all the time when she was on a unit and doing work with on a psych unit as a nurse. And so she said, well, wait, no, I know how to do that. And so she took a glove and she tied a knot at the bottom. And then she went to hand it to him and she went, oh, sequence matters. Because it wasn't until she went to hand it to him, she went, oh, well, that's great. But they first. And it's just those moments. Lauren was incredibly funny. And then she would also have these amazing moments of insight. And she did Lauren with a side of Louie for our newsletter that we put out. I mean, we at that time we were doing publications every week, every month, every week, I think. And then we went to every month. And then, I mean, we were really doing a lot. This during that time when we couldn't get together. So we were doing a whole lot online. We were really sharing out a lot online because that's what we could do, printed material as well as interactions. And of course, Lauren and I would go and do programs. And she's, one of her phrases is, at least half the people are here to see me, not you. But and she would run to the back of the room and hang out with Corey, back in the day. But who else would volunteer to try to figure out how to brush your teeth in front of 300 people so that people could appreciate when you have Lewy bowel how hard it is to try to figure out what do you do with this stuff? And how do you use it? And how do you get it to come out? And things that she knew full well, but could not get her brain and her body to do. And so for my friend Lauren and for everyone out there who live a good life, as long and as well as you can, and then let go when you can no longer do that. Thanks to all of you. Matthew, thanks to you for what you do every morning. And to all the carers and those who care and all the friends and to all those who at this point won't survive the condition at some point, but we're going to work on it. And what we do is care. Matthew?
And as Teepa mentioned earlier in the chat, you should see a link to go see all of Lauren's posts, her blog post, Lauren with a side of Louie, was the title of those. And so go check it out because it's a legacy that will continue to live on, especially with us. And we hope to continue to share with others because it was such an amazing support. So go check that link out.
Yeah. All right, everybody. For all of you who are starting a week, if it's a great week, congratulations. If it's a hard week, don't hesitate to reach out. Sometimes life gets a little tough and we need a little support from a friend. Oh, one final thing. Really want to celebrate the Girl Scouts who finished their Bronze Award project. I'll show pictures later. They worked hard yesterday in the heat and it was something like 93 to 94 degrees here. And they were out there doing plants. So I will share out what they did because that's what's going to make a difference for people here. All right, all. Have a great day. If you need some support, think about, do I want to develop skill? Am I looking for some different knowledge? Or is it just awareness I need? And whatever it is, come and check out what we have. We have options. And Matthew will put some links in there for you. All right, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Teepa. Bye, everybody.